Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sitting in the all new Hyundai Elantra. So I'm going to tell you all the features that you need to know. So keep on watching this video. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell icon, else you won't be able to see my latest videos. This is the 6th and the latest generation Elantra available on sale now. Look-wise, the car uses Dynamic Precision Fluidic 2.0 design language. It's clearly an evolution of the outgoing car's styling. The fog lamp is round with a chrome bordering, but the housing is in glossy black and it looks quite good. The Elantra now gets a DRL and a single barrel projector headlamp. It is quite shocking because the previous model had double barrel halogen headlamp. Cornering function is also well integrated in the headlamp itself, but it does not function when the car is static. It only works when the car is on the go. The front end is dominated by a large hexagonal grille, much more edgy and aggressive than the 5th generation Elantra. At 4570mm, the Elantra is the shortest car in its class, but it has a wheelbase of 2700mm, which is the longest. Both the tire profile as well as the size remains the same. What's new is that the previously good for nothing Nexen tires has been shot out and Hankook tires makes its way. The alloys are 10-spoke gunmetal finished and they look quite good. Also, the Elantra gets all 4 disc brakes. This is the petrol top-end model of the Elantra. Hyundai has used a relatively big 2.0-liter petrol engine to power the new Elantra. It uses an aluminium block and develops power and torque figures of 150 bhp and 192 Nm respectively. Hyundai did not think it compulsory to provide any insulation in the petrol variant. The car is 40mm longer, 25mm wider and 5mm lower than the outgoing car. The ORVMs get a turn indicator which is integrated in it. This is how the smart key looks like. Parts are shared with Elite i20 and Creta. In order to get into the vehicle, simply press this button and the car will unlock itself. It also gets automatic folding ORVMs, which means locking or unlocking the vehicle automatically folds the ORVMs. Now coming onto the front driver's seat, it is 10-way electrically adjustable, including for lumbar support. These switches, although they feel durable, but the middle one is missing. It gets an Elantra badge scuff plate, but they are not backlit. Quite contrary to the previous model Elantra, this one houses full black interiors. Now coming on to the controls, we get the auto switch which automatically folds and unfolds the ORVM along with the mirror adjustments with door lock, unlock and mirror controls with driver's side auto up and down feature. There is a nifty storage area where you can store coins and other items, and also in the driver door pad you can store a 1-liter bottle, and also there is space for some more. A useful dead pedal is provided, and this top end SX model gets full aluminium pedals which look quite sporty. The steering wheel is leather wrapped and has a gunmetal insert with thumb contours. It can be adjusted for both reach as well as rake. On the left, we get the controls for the infotainment system, telephony and voice command as well as mute function. And the buttons for operating the MID and cruise control are placed on the right spoke. To engage cruise control, press the cruise button on the steering wheel, push the toggle switch downward and set indicator is displayed on the MID. No full sweep salute from the Hyundais, but it does run a system check every time you switch on the engine. All the alarms and notifications are shown in the center of the MID, and also a few are shown in the music system. Well, speaking of the instrument cluster, it is very clean and easy to read. Tachometer is on the left and speedometer on the right. It has a 3.5-inch TFT MID in between. The parameters that can be customized include auto locking and unlocking of the doors, follow me home lights, number of flashes for the lane change indicator, service intervals and more. When you change the temperature units, the display on the climate control system also changes accordingly. Except the base S variant of the Hyundai Elantra, all trim levels get an 8-inch HD touchscreen infotainment system with 6 speakers which include 2 tweeters as well. Connectivity is through Bluetooth, USB and aux. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are supported as well. A CD player is missing though, but who uses a CD anyway? A variety of settings can be altered to suit the user's preferences. The one thing that I really liked in the Elantra's music system is that it provides Hindi as an optional language as well. The system also comes with navigation and voice recognition and serves as a screen for the reversing camera. The touchscreen has no lag and the visibility is very good even under direct sunlight. The push start button is inconveniently located on the left, whereas the previous model had this on the right. The Elantra comes with a dual zone automatic climate control system. The dual switch is written in sync and pressing this switch engages or disengages the dual zone mode. And the dual mode works only when you use the right side temperature knob, as we can see. The minimum and maximum temperatures are 18 degrees and 32 degrees before it reaches low and high respectively. And Hyundai didn't provide any rotatory knob to increase or decrease the fan speed. Rather, it provided 2 switches with one switch has a smaller marking and one a bigger marking to increase or decrease the fan speed respectively. Overall, the climate control system is very well integrated and the switches are well spaced out. Well, coming below the music system, we get two 12-volt power sockets with the USB and aux switch and a very good and nifty storage area where you can store items. And this is how the 6-speed manual gearbox looks like. And moving on, we get 2 cup holders which are spaced right beneath the handbrake lever, and we get a full leather wrapped armrest as well. And surprisingly, the armrest was very well positioned. We can open up the armrest to access more space, and Hyundai has very well provided a USB charging point. This will be helpful to a lot of guys. So now coming on to the glove box. The glove box is on the smaller side. It has limited amount of space. Well, it's cooled. You get cold air, and you can also turn that off by rotating this knob out here. But one thing I did not like in the glove box is that there is no illumination in it. So coming on to cabin lights, we get 2 cabin lights. It is push type, and we get a sunglass holder as well. So coming on to maximum legroom, well, it's more than plenty in the Elantra. There is acres and acres of space in the rear seat with the front seats pushed all the way forward. Well, we could easily squeeze in a small chair in between my leg and the front seat. The front doors get pockets and they are fully in leather. And now coming on to the minimum legroom, this is the minimum legroom which is available. Well, even with the front seats pushed all the way back, minimum legroom is sufficient. We get rear AC vents, but we don't get any controls for the fan speed. We can only change the direction of the airflow and completely shut it off. Well, at times you feel claustrophobic because the interiors are in full black. You do get an armrest with 2 cup holders and the positioning is perfect. And this is the result of form over function. There are certain blind spots towards the extreme right which are missed out. And this is how the car looks from the rear, soupy and curvy wherever you look. It has a large LED wraparound tail lamp cluster. The rear bumper houses 4 parking sensors which are body colored and very neatly integrated. It also has a long and slim reflector at both the ends. The reverse camera is neatly integrated and located just next to the electromagnetic boot release. The small yet significant things. It gets a chrome lining which runs all the way from the A pillar to the C pillar, and it looks quite premium. The boot has a smart trunk function, but you need to be very close to the vehicle in order to operate it. The Elantra has a boot space of 458 liters, which is quite good, but it's not the best in the segment. The previous Elantra had a boot space of 485 liters. In order to have access to the spare tire, we need to pull this flap up, and there it is, the spare tire. And thank God, Hyundai has provided a full size alloy as a spare rather than a steel rim.